Okay, let's dive into an idea that might just flip everything you think you know about success on its head. We're always told to be frugal, right? Save every penny, bootstrap your way up. But what if that exact mindset is the very thing holding you back? In this explainer, we're going to break down a hidden cost that shows how being cheap with your professional tools isn't saving you a dime. In fact, it's costing you a fortune.
This line, it really hits hard, doesn't it? Because it's such a reality check. Just think about it for a second. You've got these massive million-dollar ambitions, but you're trying to make them happen with garage sale tools. There's a huge disconnect there. And honestly, it's a trap that so many of us fall into.
And this gets us to what we call the frugal fallacy. It's this completely mistaken belief that saving a couple $100 on your gear is some kind of smart financial move. But here's the thing. You're not actually trimming the fat. You're creating a bottleneck. You are literally making yourself the slowest part of your own operation.
Yeah, this really gets to the core of the problem. You know the feeling. Your computer starts to lag, your software crashes right in the middle of something important, and everything just stops. All that ambition, all that skill you have, it all gets stuck, completely trapped by equipment that just can't keep up. The weakest link in the chain isn't your bank account. It's the subpar tools you chose to use.
And this leads us right to the main idea of this whole explainer, the inefficiency DAX. Now, this isn't some line item you'll see on a receipt. It's not going to pop up on your bank statement. But believe me, you are paying it every single day.
So what exactly is this tax? Well, it's not about the $100 you saved on that cheap microphone. No. It's about the hours you lost waiting for that slow computer to render a file. It's the potential client who was immediately turned off by your terrible audio quality. It's the final product that was just meh and failed to impress anyone. That is the real, crushing cost of saving money.
And listen, this tax hits anyone who's trying to perform at a high level. Imagine you're a day trader, and a 1-second delay literally costs you hundreds of dollars. Or you're a creator with this brilliant idea, but it's completely wrecked by scratchy, unlistenable audio. If your ambition is a sports car flying at 100 miles per hour, but your tools are an old clunker stuck at 20, you're paying this tax on everything you do.
So the big question is, how do we stop paying this tax? Well, it takes a complete shift in your mindset. And that's where the sovereign's logic comes in. It's about seeing your tools not as expenses you have to put up with, but as the absolutely mission-critical assets they are. This right here is the absolute key. For someone who performs at the top of their game, a laptop isn't just a laptop. It's the vehicle that brings their ideas and strategies to life. A camera isn't just a camera, it's the lens through which the entire world is going to see their vision. When you start thinking like that, skimping on your gear becomes insane. It'd be like a soldier choosing to go into battle with a rusty rifle. It just makes no sense.
Let's make this super tangible for a second. To a trader, that so-called expensive high-speed data connection doesn't seem very expensive when you realize a single second of lag could cost you $400. In that world, the right equipment isn't a cost at all. It's insurance. It literally pays for itself the very first time it helps you avoid a mistake.
Or, hey, think about this one. You put together a video pitch for a massive, game-changing partnership, but your video is grainy and the audio sounds like you're in a wind tunnel. The people you're trying to impress, the top 1%, they don't have time for that. They just click away. And in that moment, you didn't just lose a view, you potentially lost a 6-figure deal. The opportunity cost is just staggering. You know, this whole conversation really just boils down to a fundamental shift in how you see things. Are you spending your money or are you investing it? The difference between those two words is everything. I absolutely love this distinction. Spending is all about appearances, right? Buying flashy stuff to project an image that you've already made it. But investment, that's about capability. It's about buying effective things that actually enable you to achieve success. One's a facade, the other is the foundation. You got to focus on buying things to work rich, not just look it.
So the path forward is pretty clear, isn't it? You can't expect to trade like a whale if you're still using the fishing pole of a minnow. And look, perception is reality. If you want people to see you as a leader, as a real authority in your field, you have to look and sound the part. And your tools are a huge piece of that presentation.
And that brings us to the final, most important point. This is your call to execute. It's time to stop making excuses, stop hesitating, and start delivering. Because at the end of the day, the world doesn't care how much money you saved on your setup. It only cares about what you produce.
So ultimately, you're at a crossroads. It's a choice. And this slide puts it perfectly. Are you going to invest in an environment that actually lets you do your best work? One that lets you operate at the speed of your own ambition? Or are you going to let that frugal mindset keep you trapped in the basement, performing way, way below your real potential?
And that's the bottom line. The market, your clients, your audience, they don't hand out trophies for being the cheapest. They reward results. They reward speed. They reward quality. They reward execution. So the question you really need to ask yourself is this: are your tools helping you execute, or are they just helping you stay cheap?